Hey guys, what is up? It's your boy Jelson here, and that is something I haven't said for quite a while at this point. And the reason that is because, well, first of all, this is a new channel that I'll be posting on. I usually post on a channel that is titled Jelson, Jelson, and this new channel will be titled something along the lines of Jelson Fitness or Workout or something along those lines because this channel is going to be dedicated to exactly what that is, exactly what the title would say, and that is working out, fitness, just getting on the right track mentally through my health and a bunch of stuff like that. And I thought the perfect video to start this channel off would be something that not only I want to talk about, but also something that I think can help people that are trying to lose weight and people that are trying to look for ways that they can try out to lose weight, because there are so many different ways, and I will always advocate for you to try out different ways. If one way doesn't work, that should not discourage you at all. You should be looking different ways, and I'm not saying that you should give up on a way to lose weight after 2 days because you only lost half a pound, or not, you didn't lose any weight at all, or if you gained half a pound. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, if you're trying extensively to lose weight and it's just not working, whatever you're doing isn't working, then please take my advice when I say don't give up and just try different ways. And that was coming from somebody that has tried a multitude of different ways, and that includes obviously just normal caloric deficits, um, working out just constantly well in a caloric deficit, and also keto diets or different type of diets like that where they're a little more strict. And I will be talking about how I lost nearly 40 pounds in the matter of less than 5 months, really, which seems really crazy to me. I know there's some people out there that lose a ton of weight quicker than that, and I give them so much credit. And I will say I lost nearly 40 pounds in about 5 months, not necessarily even working. That I wouldn't say that I wasn't working hard, but I was not like every single day in the gym, every single day, doing multitude of things that burn calories, and I'm super strict on my diet. I was not like that. If that's really what you're looking to do, you could add that to what I'm going to talk about in today's video, and it would be pretty easy to do so, and you would see results. More than likely, if this ends up working for you, you will see results a lot faster if you maintain a select diet. When I mean by select diet is maybe not so much of, oh, you're a keto diet, so no carbs, no sugar, but maybe so, let's substitute the candy you were eating before for maybe some fruits, blueberries, bananas, strawberries, stuff like that. Stuff that might be a little bit more healthy. There's still sugar in it, which I'm a big advocate at this point for no sugar at all unless it's through fruits. So if you guys need a sugar rush, I should say, or if you have a sweet tooth, replace that candy with fruit. And that's the first piece of advice that I have for you today. But that is a little some advice that I wasn't really planning on giving quite yet, but it's something that maybe guys need to hear, because the first thing that when I was doing when I was looking for a diet or some way to lose weight was frankly to find something that I could still enjoy, some sort of sweet food. And when you hear fruits, at least for me, when I was, first starting this and when I was younger and I was trying to lose weight, is fruits, that's stupid. And, I don't like fruits or whatever the case may be. I'd rather have candy. Well, that it may be still true. I still do enjoy candy here and there. I tend to realize that I feel so much better, not only physically, but mentally after eating some sort of fruit, instead of eating, I don't know, a Hershey's bar or something along those lines. I found out that personally, fruit just gives me a boost in just about every way that I personally need a boost. So, with that being said, let's talk about my weight loss journey, how I lost weight, and how much weight I lost, during what time period, why it kick-started into a weight loss journey, and, previous failed attempts that I've had. So, let's talk about it. So, to start off with this, I want to talk about how I have tried multiple times to lose weight prior to this. Never was extremely strict and always found myself falling short and giving up too easily to lose weight. But there was something that kind of kickstarted really this whole journey for me, and that was I had surgery on my hand, and I was weighed in at believe was either my heaviest I've ever been or near my heaviest I've ever been, at 335, which I'm 6'8". I'm a very tall guy, so I was not like extremely overweight. I was just pretty overweight. So there was that thing where mentally it was like I'm checked in now. Like I had been checked out for a while, weight wise, what I'm eating. Like, come on. Like, oh, I'm in high school. I don't have to watch what I'm eating. I'll be fine. And then it's like, oh, now I'm in college. I don't have to worry about what I'm eating. And then you get hit with, if you don't, if you don't stop doing what you're doing, eating so much, maybe watching what you're eating, there could be serious medical, health problems that come in a few years. And that was something that the doctors didn't tell me, but it's one of those things where my mental was like, I checked in. I was really like, come on, 335. I think the heaviest I'd ever been was 336 maybe. And I was like, that was when I realized that I needed to find a way. And I was at 336 at one point during the summer of 2022, or rather, I guess the winter of 2022. It's like January of 2022, like going into spring of 2022, I was at 336. And then I proceeded, to hit the gym pretty much every day for like a month and a half or 2 months. And I lost some weight, not quite as much as I would have, hoped to lose. I was maybe down to 320, 315 at my lightest, around there. And going into college, finishing up high school, I stopped going to the gym, and first of all, is terrible. You should not, stop going to the gym. Like, there's some things that you're like, okay, I should stop going to the gym. Minor things that you may need to stop for a week or two or whatever the case may be, but don't just stop going. Like, if you have something that comes up and you have to stop for a week, that's fine. If you have to stop for 2 weeks, that's fine. Try to avoid those situations. But if you're in a situation like that can't be avoided, then by all means, take that time off. But when you come back, I want you to set a goal. That's something I didn't do. I want you to set a goal that really tells you when you're going to come back. Not tomorrow, maybe not yesterday, but let's do it in a week. Like, let's set a specific date. Like, today is January 18th, 2023. Let's say I need to take a week off. And then you're like, okay, well, I'm going to skip a couple days after that. And then you get in the mindset of not going to the gym. But I want you to stay there and say, okay, it's the 18th today. Let's start going on the 30th. All right. If I have to stop for whatever reason, let's start going on the 30th again. All right. And there's no excuse to not go again on the 30th, and not start again on the 30th if there's something coming up. So let's always have a goal. And if there is something, as I've said, that makes you stop going to the gym for a period of time, let's have a goal to get back into the gym or start back on your diet or whatever the case may be. Let's set a goal. Goals are extremely important. And that's something I did not set for myself when I went to the gym earlier of last year. I didn't do that. And I found myself, well, okay, I'm done now. I'm going to college. And I was, gaining all the weight back. I started at 336, maybe went down to 315 on a good day. And then I was back up to 335 by the time I was in college, which is the matter of 2-3 months. It was not a long period at all. And that's something extremely important to realize, that you can gain all your weight back very quickly if you're not, mentally, checked in, as I said. If you're not mentally checked in, you're not going to lose that much weight, or you're going to gain it all back. So with that being said, those are a couple rules that you should keep in mind. Now, when I saw that I was at 335 again, which was extremely frustrating, 335 really hit me. And I don't know why it was, because I had been at 336 before, or 335 before, and it never really hit me like, you're 335 pounds. Like, that never really hit me. And then all of a sudden, I get the surgery. I'm like, okay, I'm worrying about surgery. And then you get weighed in, and you're like 336. Like, that is not healthy whatsoever. So it kind of hit me, and I'm like, okay, I'm finding a way that can be sustainable. And did a lot of research, and I recommend you do so much research because research is the key. Knowledge is the key to losing weight. I'll tell you that much right now. And the thing that really helped for me was fasting, cardio fasting, which was basically while you're in a fast, you do cardio, and then during the time that you eat, you eat. But during that fasting period, do cardio, and you're gonna lose so much more weight. And I know you could. There's so many different people that advocate for lifting, which by all means, if you're trying to gain muscle, and if that's your main goal, go ahead and lift. But if you're just trying to lose weight, you're trying to lose body fat, cardio fasting is the best possible thing that I can recommend to you. And that is, I personally will eat, for example, I'll eat from 2 to 10 p.m. But then during that time frame, from 10:01 to 1:59 the next day, I'm either sleeping, I'm doing homework, whatever I may be doing, but I'm going to get some time to put in some work with cardio, maybe whether it's a treadmill, going to play basketball, going on a run, going on a walk, whatever it may be. I'm always going to try to find a way to get some cardio in because I'm going to lose so much weight doing that. And we're talking 2-3 pounds in the matter of 2 or 3 days. And that's absolutely insane when you're starting off. You want to see, you want to see gains, or I guess technically losing weight, but you know what I mean? You want to see progress throughout your first couple weeks, because that really, the first couple weeks are the make or break period of you continuing to lose weight. And if you can see that you're losing 2-3 pounds over 3 days, that is fantastic. It's something great that you can see. So I really recommend you do cardio fasting or something like that, because that way you see results in that first 2-3 weeks. You really see results, and that's going to kickstart your addiction to losing weight or going to the gym or eating healthier or whatever the case may be. So, over that time period, I started doing cardio fasting, and that was something that I really did enjoy. And I liked going to the gym at least, I'd say 5 days a week, and I was going to play basketball, or I was going to go on the treadmill or do something along those lines. And I was doing it 5 days out of the week, and it was something that I'd never experienced before, just constant progress, something that really kicked it into action. And then as life kind of went on over a couple months, I was still, doing the fasting thing. Maybe I wasn't being able to do as much cardio as I would have liked, certainly not. But I was still doing cardio whenever I could get it in. If I was at my grandparents' house, I was hitting the weights, hitting the treadmill, whatever the case may be, trying to play some basketball, stuff like that. I was going to be doing that stuff, but fasting was the main thing because I knew for sure I could always keep that up. And then I moved back home because of some things through college. I'll be transferring colleges. And so I'm taking a semester off or two. And, during this time period, I'm coming home, no longer in a dorm. I don't control what's in the house anymore. And it was really a struggle for me personally to really lock down and lock in, as I've been talking about, to lose weight again. It was a little bit of a struggle coming into it. And then I realized I was eating so much sugar. It was bad, and way more sugar than I had been while at school. So I really had to lock in again. I said, okay, no more sugar. We're going to get supplements. When I say that, what do I mean by that? I mean, we're going to get the fruits instead of candies. We're going to go back into that. Instead of drinking pop, we're going to go back into, sugar-free beverages. And I'm not talking about diet soda. I'm talking about ice drinks, sparkling water, stuff like that. Stuff that is going to, personally, know I can drink that stuff without, gaining as much weight as I was. So switching into that mode of stuff. Then I was like, let's get back in the gym. Found a gym locally. I'm like, we're going to do this now. And I didn't have a scale for the time that I was back home. I'm still home, but for a while, for probably over a month, I didn't have a scale. And I went and bought a scale, expecting to step on and see that whenever I left college, I was at 309, and expecting to see a number that was higher, maybe 315, 320, back, God forbid, to 330. And I step on the scale and I was at 297.5. or something along those lines, 297.8 or something. And that may be confusing to some people, and you're like, well, you said that you were eating so much. And yes, and I was eating so much more when I came home, but I caught myself. And that's the most important thing you can do. If you ever are stuck in a situation where you realize that you are eating too much, you're eating too much of stuff that's not going to help you, it's so important to lock back in. It's so important to catch yourself while you're ahead, to be honest. And that's something I did. I was eating too much food for not quite a month. And I was like, okay, we're going to lock back in. Take another, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and we're going to get back on the diet. We're going to go work out. We're going to stick to maybe just get a little bit healthier with what I eat, because before, even while fasting, I was eating pretty much whatever I wanted. As long as I was having two meals, one at 2 and one at 6, I was having 2 meals during the fasting period, I was fine. Now, let's go back in and see, we're going to reevaluate. Let's see what works, what doesn't work. And so I realized, okay, we're going to stick to chicken. We're going to stick to turkey. We're going to stick to just some sandwiches, maybe some cottage cheese, stuff that's, a little bit easier on the body, stuff that's going to help you lose weight, but it's also going to be productive. And after eating that stuff pretty consistently for, gosh, 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks, I felt better. I realized I was back on track. And I certainly think that's what made me go from, let's say I was still at 309 during that period, and then go down to 297, 298 almost. I think that was the period where I was like, this is really going to help. And it was like, I wasn't doing as much cardio as I was doing before. And I was losing significant amounts of weight just by watching what I was eating. Calorie counter. You can get one on your phone. You just download an app. You can get a free one for sure that can track your fasting and can track your calories. And you can scan whatever you're going to eat and download that, because it's going to be extremely helpful for future reference for yourself. If anyone asks you how you lost weight, just download that. It's going to be a huge help. That being said, those are some tips that I have. And I think those are the main reasons that I lost close to 40 pounds in less than 5 months. I'd say closer to 4 months, actually. And it was really weird. Starting the journey after having surgery, I said, listen, we're going to lock in. We're going to have a goal of 299. We're going to have a goal right there, under 300. We want to hit under 300. Now, the goal was by my birthday. My birthday was December 12th. So it was a lofty goal. And I made it that early. Maybe it was a little unrealistic, but I made it early because it made me push myself. And I go and it's my birthday, whatever. Maybe I'm at 308 or 307. And it's like, okay, I didn't make my goal, but I didn't let it discourage me. That's the most important thing. It didn't discourage me. And I'm really proud of myself for doing that. And if you get put in a situation like that during your journey, and if you can push through, I feel like you're gonna feel the exact same way. It's honestly one of the best feelings you can feel, to know that you had this self restraint to not eat food even after missing a goal. It's a great feeling to know that you have the control over your body to not eat as much. And then on top of that, you feel so much better. Especially when you see that, even like, let's say 40 pound mark. So I haven't hit that quite yet. I'm at 38 pounds lost or whatever. So the title, a little bit of a clickbait, but going to, nearly 40 pounds lost, seeing a big goal like that, dropping the first digit of your weight, dropping, some people may not be in a position to have that situation. Like maybe they're at 285 and they're trying to get down to 250, or 240. You're not going to see that first digit drop, but that second digit drop in that situation, it's so like ideal. Like you see it and it really clicks with your brain. And so going from, quite frankly, as I said, pretty far in the 300s to going down, seeing that the 3 turn into a 2, is quite extraordinary, and it's extremely motivating in a way. So if you can see any progress like that, as I said, it doesn't have to be the first digit, second digit, even the third, or whatever the case may be. You lose 1 pound. Some people just like it just registers, and you just completely lock in, and you're like, okay, this is the time to go. We're gonna lose a ton of weight. And for me, it was really, I saw some weight loss, and then now obviously seeing the first digit go, and I'm like, okay, the goal weight now is 250. 250 by July is the goal. Will that happen? I don't know. It's a lofty goal for sure. But I think it will happen. I think I can make it happen if I continue what I'm doing. And I think that if you are in a position where you want to lose, 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 50 pounds, 100 pounds, whatever you want to lose, if you're put in a position like that, just keep goals. If you pass a goal, keep going. Set a new goal. And with that being said, don't fall into bad habits, because there are bad habits when it comes to eating, and there are also bad habits when it comes to not eating, right? I mean, there's so many different, eating disorders and different things like that. And make sure you get the right nutrients, stuff like that. So calorie counters, just stuff that can count what you're eating. Great things, as I said, fantastic. Just hold yourself accountable that way. It helps you hold yourself accountable. You can track how much you weigh. I'd recommend you weigh yourself every week on a specific day. Some people with the cardio fasting like to weigh themselves every day, which is fine. Which is what I did personally. I weighed myself every day. Have a weight tracker, put it in, and if your weight goes up, don't let it kill your mood. Like, you could be doing the same thing and you could lose 5 pounds, but then the next week you gain a pound. Like, just realize that it's not always going to be a steady progress. Some weeks you lose 5 pounds. Some weeks you stay stagnant, and that's perfectly okay. And if you end up gaining weight, maybe look at it and say, well, what did I do that could maybe have made me gain weight? And that's a perfectly fine thing to do. You're never going to be perfect. Nobody is absolutely perfect, especially while losing weight. So that being said, I hope this inspired you to lose some weight. And throughout this video, I am sure I threw in some pictures of maybe stuff I was doing, maybe some information, maybe some pictures of how I looked, or whatever the case may be. And now I feel better about myself after losing the close to 40 pounds. We're not done yet, but we're going to get there. And I hope you guys, come along with the journey, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be posting. I don't know when, I don't know how often, but I plan on posting on this channel to keep myself motivated, to keep others motivated, and to be real with you guys. So please remember to like and subscribe. Share this with somebody that you want to go on a weight loss journey with. Just go ahead and do what you will with this video. But hopefully I inspired you guys to lose some weight. And if you have any questions, just comment them. Comment them. I'll have my Instagram or Twitter or something linked in the description, so you guys can watch or comment or DM or tweet at or whatever you want to do, and I hopefully should be able to answer your questions. So you guys, thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.